Hi, so for anybody who's new to the guild, new to guilds in general, just to let you know, if you go to any travel gate, I'll show you. So this is the way out of the stronghold once you've arrived and you want to get out. But if you're anywhere in the game and you want to come to the stronghold, if you click on strongholds and then just select the top choice, which is your guild stronghold, and that will spawn you in. Let's see if it works. No, because I'm already here. It brings you in here, so you'll spawn in here, and the first thing that we would ask for you to do is to please come and speak to the people. Well, first of all, if you've not been before, you'll have to speak to the steward. But then when you log into the game, if the first thing that you could do would be to come to the stronghold and speak to the other guys around, because these guys will have different quests for you depending on your level. The builder might have recruitment tasks for you to go and do in Protector's Enclave or other areas of the game if there's events on at the time. The Master of Coin over here has things for you to do out and about in the game world. Go and do a certain number of quests in a certain area of the game. The Ranger has stuff for you to do within the stronghold, so you might want to pick those up if you're going to do an influence run or dragonflight or something like that with other people. Again, depending on your level, doing stuff actually out in the stronghold might be a challenge for you, but if you pick them up, you've got the quests in your journal for the time that you can actually do them. And the cleric gives you quests to do dungeons. So if I show you my journal, what I tend to do is collect all my how many I've got loads. I collect quests on a daily basis from the stronghold, but I don't necessarily do them every day. So I'll just show you what quests I've got to give you an idea. So this is from the builder. I have to go down to the lake and pick up some chests that have washed up. This is from a previous guild I was in. At the moment we don't have a barracks, so you won't see that for a while. This is a challenge that I get from the builder because I'm level 80, to go and just beat up on a guy in the stronghold. This is one of the ranger quests, just to complete 3 heroic encounters in the stronghold, and this is something that you'll do just as an accompaniment to doing the influence runs, so that's always a good one to collect if you know you're going to go and do influence. Doing your part and doing your part expertly are from the cleric, and they're to go and do dungeons. Dread Ring support is from the Master of Coin. Go to the Dread Ring and do 3 quests. We don't have an Explorers Guild, so we can ignore those. Icewind Dale is from the Master of Coin. 3 quests in Icewind Dale. 3 quests in Sharandar, that's also from the Master of Coin. Spider Be Gone is one from the Builder. Go and beat up on spiders in a certain area in the Stronghold. That is from the Ranger, and that's just defeating any enemies in the Stronghold. So anything that you kill in the Stronghold will count towards this quest. So again, that's one that you can pick up and just have, and you'll complete it as you're going around doing other things. We don't have a temple. This is from the stables. We don't have a stables at the moment. Time Trial, Outer Stronghold. There's a guy out just outside the Stronghold on the right hand side, down the road a bit. Sorry, if you turn right and go down the road a bit, he's just on the left, and it starts a race, and you just basically run around the Stronghold on your mount to do that for the Builder. That's from the Master of Coin. 3 quests in the Well of Dragons. So as you can see, there is quite a variety of things to collect. When you come in here, and like I said, I usually pick them up and do them as and when. So I need to do an influence run, and ignore the thing in the top left of my map. That's a glitch from when I was in Barovia, so apologies for that. As you can see, there's various things happening on the map at the moment. There's various diamonds that show where I need to go and do things. There's various blue areas, and there's red dots everywhere. The red dots of different sizes show the heroic encounters in the place. So for my influence run, because I'm on my own, I'm going to do T1, tier 1 influence heroics, and here I've got to kill spiders in this area as well as one of my quests. So I'm going to go and do spiders, because that'll kill 2 spiders with 1 stone. So I'll just head up there now. Now you can get 400 influence to hand into the guild coffer per character per day. The exception being you can also get an additional 600 per week in one go on one day by doing the Marauders event, which the Alliance does hold a few times a week. So this is the Spiders Heroic. So we just turn up, and you can see in the right hand corner it tells you what the heroic is, how long is left to complete it. Oh, I've only got 2 minutes. And now I've completed the first wave, it tells me how far through it I am. So I'm going to have to be quick if I'm going to complete this before it runs out. That's the unfortunate thing. They usually last around 15 minutes, so I'm a bit late to this one, so it's nearly run down. I need to be quick. Obviously you're limited by the speed that they spawn at. Now if you're not on your own, if you're in doing influence with a group, then obviously you need to make sure that everybody in the group has arrived before you actually run into the heroic. And usually what happens is somebody will be organising it, and they'll say when to go in. So you basically make your way to the heroic and then just wait to be told when to head in and start killing the stuff. So I've done Miss Spiders one. I've got less than a minute to kill this last wave. which hopefully I'll do if I'm quick. There we go. Phew. That was cutting it fine. So I need to look, and I can see that there's one down here that I'm going to go to, which is... oh no, it's just about to run down. So what I did here was a tier 1 that's recommended for 3 or less, or 3 or more players, sorry. This size red dot is a tier 2, so that's 5 or more players are recommended to do that one. And then these large red circles here denote a tier 3 heroic, and they're recommended for 10 or more players. And what tends to happen is if people are grouping up together, they'll run the tier 3s or T3. So if you see anything in the Alliance chat that refers to T3 influence, then that's what people are doing. They'll just turn up and do the tier 3s. There's only ever one tier 3 influence heroic on the map at any one time. Now I'm waiting for another tier 1 to turn up, and they're being a bit slow. This is a heroic, but it's a demonic heroic and doesn't count for the influence runs, so I'm not bothering with that. I'm waiting for another tier 1 to turn up, but they're a bit oh, there we go, Beast has turned up, so I'm gonna head over there for Beast attack. Now if you're on your own and you're a little bit lower level, you might want to follow your sparkly line. Put a pin in the map and follow your sparkly line. This is the demonic. Particularly if you don't know your way around the stronghold. I know my way around, so, and I've got quite a lot of health. So I'm going to take a shortcut and launch myself off the end of here. Whee! Which, for anybody who's a lower level, would have probably taken off quite a lot of health, but I knew I was going to be okay, so... Right, this is a tier 1 heroic, but it takes a bit longer when you're on your own, so I'm not doing that one. I'm going to come up here and do Beast attack, because it's nice and quick. Whoops. Right, here they are, beasties. There's a builder quest that you can get, which is to come and kill beasts in this area, so again it's nice to be able to do more than one thing at a time. But I haven't got that quest at the moment, so I'm just doing the heroic. So if you can see on the right hand side, I'm 50% through. So when I've killed this lot, I'll be 75%. So I've only got one more wave after this. Now, what can also happen while you're around the stronghold killing mobs is you can pick up vouchers that drop on the floor, which is handy for putting in the coffer. So that's another heroic completed. So obviously need to make sure I claim the heroic encounter rewards. And I've just got a challenge to do up here, so I'll do this to show you. Oops. So what you can see is there's a little pile of, looks like droppings there, sparkling. If I click on that, the person appears that I'm challenging. And we've also got some wolves involved. So you basically challenge him, he turns up, you kill him, and he'll, in this case, this guy wanders off before you actually kill him, gives up and goes away. Oh, foliage. Right, there we go. We've got him down far enough. So there's one of the vouchers that we've received. Right, what's next? Drake's is next, so we'll go up to Drake Attack. So what also happens in the Stronghold is something called Dragonflight. And at the moment in the Alliance we do Dragonflight once a day. Depending on what day it is, it's either in 7th Sons, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or it's in our Stronghold Rogues Gallery on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday, and that's at 8:30 UK time. So we do Dragonflight first, followed by an influence run, T3 influence, and we start at Blue Dragon. So Blue Dragon lands here. So what happens is everybody turns up. The person who's running Dragonflight will call the dragons, and then everybody tries to kill the dragon. We try and get it down to around about 10%, and then one person gets left at that dragon and we go to the next dragon. And we do the same at that dragon and we go to the next dragon. So we start here at blue, and then obviously depending on how many people turn up and how far we actually get down at killing the dragon depends on whether we progress to the next dragon or not. So from here we go to red. Red is over here, and then from red we go to black, which is down there, and then from black we go to green, which is over there. Obviously if we've got all of those dragons down, enough to be able to progress to the next one, but the main thing is turn up, have a go, it's fun. You get stuff to donate to the Stronghold if you attend and we kill at least one dragon. The more dragons we kill, the more nice stuff you get. It tends to be vouchers or chests with vouchers in them. The most important thing to do is to watch for instructions in the Alliance chat and do as you're told in the Alliance chat, basically. Right, I need to go to spiders again for the next one. So that gave me 75 influence. Each time you do an heroic encounter, you get less influence. So the first one you do, you get 150. The second one is 125. The third one is 75. The fourth one is 35. And then the final one you do gives you 20. And altogether that results in your 400 influence that you can get per character per day. So that was 75, I think. So this is my fourth. This will be my fourth heroic that I'll complete, and I'll get 35 influence. Now we have various buildings around the stronghold. This is the farm, and what would be really handy is if you could tend the farm. So you come up to it, you click on the signpost and you press tend, and that empties the stuff and puts it in the coffer. There's a few buildings around the place. Well, at the moment we've got a couple plus a temporary one. So we have a farm which is there, and we've got the lumber yard up here on the left, which I'll show you, but I don't think it can be emptied because I think the coffer's full at the moment. But this is the lumber yard, and this is where the signpost is. So again, you just click on it and you would press tend. Oh, it's let me tend it. But it hasn't taken it all out because I think, yeah, the coffer's full now. But as you pass in, if you just click on these places just to see if it'll let you take the stuff out, that would be really helpful. And I'll show you the other one before we finish, because that's particularly important at the moment because it's generating influence, which we need quite a lot of for our next upgrade. And I need one more influence after this. One more heroic after this one. Now please remember, we've got a PlayStation Network chat group. You can ask any questions or ask for any help, or if you want company or whatever, then please ask in there. Of course you can ask in the Alliance chat in game and in the guild chat in game. We'll often have a party going in the PlayStation chat group. Feel free to join, you're most welcome. We always like meeting and chatting with new people. You could always come in the party and listen to us waffling on if you so wish. You don't necessarily have to speak, although we'd love it if you did, but it's not necessary. If you're a little bit shy to start off with, that's fine, it's understandable. But we do dungeons and things and run content from within that party. So, you know, if you want to get more involved with the other people in the guild, it's a good idea to come into the party if you can. Right, we're back at beasts again for the last one. And then we can go and hand in what we've done and donate to the coffer. And I'll show you the temporary trader that's up as well. bit of my health off that time because I actually jumped up, so I was falling from a higher place. This is still on. 2 minutes left. Sorry guys, I'm just running through, my bad. And a thing to note actually is if you're running through the stronghold and you get attacked, which invariably you will do, and you get knocked off your mount, just keep running. Don't try and deal with the guys that have attacked you and caused you to fall off your mount. Just keep going. Eventually they'll give up and go back to where they were, and you'll then be able to get back on your mount and particularly if you're on your own, you'll just end up dying and won't actually progress past that point. So the principle is, if you get knocked off, just keep running and eventually you'll be able to get back on your mount. Alright, 2 more waves to go. So that's one of me ranger quests that I've just completed, Stronghold Keeping the Peace. The one where you have to kill 100 enemies in the stronghold, so I've just done it incidentally while I've been doing other things. So that's good, I can hand that in as well. Right, and that is my last heroic encounter for this influence run. And there's my 20 influence. So I just need to head back to the stronghold and hand in. So we'll do that. Now, obviously I know all the shortcuts. So I know that I can just come around here. And I don't have to run past any of those mobs. Actually, I'll show you this race guy as well as we're going past, because I've got that as a quest, haven't I? So we should be here. Here he is. So if you just, as soon as you click on him, the race starts. So if you're not ready to do the race, don't click on him. Also, a couple of things. If there's anybody here stood at the bridge here at any point, please don't click on him, because that starts a stronghold event. So that should only be done by somebody who's deliberately doing that, that's organised it. And if you click on this guy, you can do the siege training refresher, that's fine. You can click on this because it's a white, it's info, tells you about start dragonflight a gold bell. If when you click on this guy it says greed of the dragonfly and the little speech bubble is in yellow, please don't click on it, because that will call the dragons. So yeah, don't do that. Right, so builder, I've done a couple of your quests, there you go. Heroic shards of power I can hand into the coffer. Same with that, thank you very much. Nothing for the master of the coin, because everything for her is outside of the stronghold. The ranger I've done is 2 quests. Adventurous shards of power go into the coffer. Thank you very much. And I've not done the clerics because they're dungeons. So again, outside of the stronghold. Now before I go and hand into the coffer, I'll just show you the temporary trader. So at the moment we've got the Protector's Jubilee on, so we've got a temporary Jubilee trader who is generating influence for us at the moment. So again, you just click on the sign and you click on tend. If you would do that as you're going round any building that's built, just click on the signpost in front of it and see if it needs tending. That would be really helpful. If you do dragonflight, what you need to do periodically is come to this guy, click on him, go down to where it says anything besides equipment for sale, and then fangs of the dragonflight, which you get awarded when you do dragonflight. You can see I've got 12 at the moment, so I can buy stuff with the fangs. The reason I tell you to come here and do this, check how many you've got, because you can only hold a maximum of 50. After that you don't get awarded anymore. So what I usually do is wait till I've got 20 and then buy this bag of 5,000 rough astral diamonds. You can get 500 for 2 fangs, or 5,000 for 20. Same, isn't it? It's just a bigger bag less often. If we go to the coffer and go down to Rogues Gallery, which got next, and then just click on anything that you can to donate. So I've got some adventurous shards of power that I can put in. We're full on wood and we're full on food at the moment. Profession supplies, we're full. Gold, you can put gold in. Just bear in mind what it says on the right hand side there. It's times 10,000. So if you put 1 in there, you're actually putting in 10,000 copper, which is 1 gold. So if I show you 1, it says coffer gain 1, you gain 2. Every time you put something in the guild coffer, you get awarded guild marks. So if I put 1 gold in, 1 times 10,000 bronze, which is what I'd be donating, bronze. So 10,000 bronze is 1 gold. So I'll put 1 gold in, the coffer will get 1 gold, and I would get 2 guild marks. We don't need gold, so I'm not going to do that. Gems, obviously any gems in your bag you can donate. Surplus equipment, we're full at the moment, but anything you've got in your inventory that you don't want, oh, I could put those in. So I got 1 guild mark for that. The coffer gets not very much, probably. Oh, I can't put anything in now. Astral diamonds, similar to gold. If you put 1 in there, you're donating 1,000. You are donating 1,000, it says. So that's not 1 astral diamond, it's 1 astral diamond chest, which is 1,000 astral diamonds. So the coffer will get 1,000 astral diamonds and I would get 5 guild marks. So I'm not going to do that because we don't need those at the moment. Treasures, this is where your vouchers come in that you've picked up around the stronghold and from dragonflight. If you've not finished the quests, don't put this stuff in, because you need this for your campaign. Just put in any vouchers that you've got. Don't put in the currency. If you finish the campaign, the best thing to do is make vouchers through the campaign. I'll show you that in a minute. and I'm going to put my influence in. Now, you see there I've got a strong box of influence that I was awarded as a result of doing Dragonfly, and if I put that in, the coffer gets 400 influence, I get 400 gold guild marks. But if I open that with a key, and there should be some keys in here, oh, I thought there were some keys. There aren't. Okay. Oh yeah, there are. Look there, look. Stronghold key. So I'll take out one key. Now, I'll go into my inventory and find that. Yes, my inventory's a mess. Don't judge me. Right, is it that? Right, strong box of influence. So if I open that, it's given me 5 major influence vouchers. And if I put those in the coffer, 5 major influence vouchers, the coffer gets 2,000. So if I put it in unopened, we get 400 each. If I open it, we get 2,000 each. So if you've got any strong boxes and it's something that we need, please ask for a key and we'll give you a key so that you can open the strong box, because it's obviously it's to our advantage if we open them as opposed to just letting them go in without opening. Now, all the time I was donating into the coffer, then I was getting guild marks. At the moment I've got over 4,600 guild marks, and these are useful for buying stuff around the stronghold. We can trade it for guild astral diamonds with the outfitter. We can't in our guild, but if you go to one of the higher level guilds in the alliance, you can swap it for rough astral diamonds with the outfitter. If you just go to 7th Sons, you'd be able to do this. Exchange it for rough astral diamonds. Really none of this stuff is worth anything now, so rough astral diamonds, or again you'd have to do this at a higher level guild, I think. Higher level guilds will have this higher level food. This food gives buffs, so you can buy food with it to get buffs. You can buy stuff to put in your overloads, which gives you extra stats. They go in your overload slots in your armor. Or you can buy, if you're doing professions, again you need to do this at a higher level guild, you can buy these explorers cases. You can go and collect professions items, professions materials to use in your professions, or to sell on the auction house, or to donate to the guild by emailing it to me. At the moment we're trying to collect gold ore from this explorer's case because we are collecting to make lighting and carpets for the guild hall. So if you're short of something to spend your guild marks on, buy a few explorers cases from Seventh Sons, open them up, go to Whispering Caverns and run round and collect the items, and then send me any gold ore you get through the post. Thank you very much. And while we're here, I'll just show you into the guild hall. So you can see we've got no lights hanging down from the rafters at the moment. We're waiting to make some of those. You can actually sit down here, although it's not working. Oh, there we go. So we've got somebody making lights for us that will hang down from the rafters here. Some nice golden chandeliers. And then I'm in the middle of making these carpets. And we need quite a lot of them. So we do need quite a lot of gold to make those things if you're feeling like you want something to spend your gold marks on. So that's basically a rundown of around the guild stronghold. If you've got any questions, if you want any company, if you want to chat, please post in the guild PlayStation Network party message thing, or join a party, or put it in the Alliance or the guild chat. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you in game. Bye.